Hello everybody and welcome back to the reviews. This is the review again of the Aliens comics by Trident and Dark Horse. So this is issue number 5. As you can see, I've already done the other episodes up to this one so far. So we're now on issue number 5. And this was in June of 1991 this one was released. So again, I was very young then. These I had collected as a teenager, and they're brilliant comics, full of great art and different outlooks on the Aliens, Predator and Aliens versus Predator stories. So as I said, this is issue number 5, and once again it's £1.50 of the Len Queen's money in the UK. It's got that's the Aliens set, it's got the Predator set, and it now has the AVP on the cover, which is very good. And the AVP actually went into colour in these editions, because it was in black and white before that, and I'm not sure why, as I've already stated in the others. But Predator was in colour, and Aliens was in colour, and AVP was black and white, and then it goes to colour. So yeah, on sale monthly, so you had to wait a month for it. Battle between the universe's most terrifying creatures. And also added was the in space, no one can hear you scream was added. So that was a new thing that was added to the comics. So there you go. So this doesn't have an advert bit on the inside, like some of them do, some of them don't. So we've got Aliens episode 5, Predator episode 5, Aliens vs Predator episode 5. Cover, very good cover art by Chris Warner. Editor, Martin Skidmore. Designed by Jane Hubbard. Promotion by Nigel Mackay, based on characters and situations from the 20th Century Fox motion pictures. So issue 5 is June 1991, and it's published by Trident Comics UK. So I'm not sure where the Dark Horse part came in, but the American version seemed to be Dark Horse Comics. But yeah, so whether Trident was the British version, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a mixture between the two anyway. So story by Mark Verheiden, art by Dennis Bouvier, and it's very good art. And this is Aliens, and this is the continuation. So where we're at so far was Newt and Corporal Hicks, Dwayne Hicks. They've managed to flee Earth after it's infested by aliens. And they've got onto a transport which is leaving Earth, and they've realised the cargo is full of aliens, and it's on a course, a automatic course, so it's on an autopilot kind of thing. So there's Newt, Hicks and a guy called Butler. Now Butler is a now grown up Newt's love interest, but he's obviously got ripped in half by a xenomorph and discovered that he's actually an android. So he was one of these androids that didn't know he was an android, which again I've explained pretty much, like I believe was the idea behind the Alien Resurrection Cole character, these now Alien Earth series. You know, you've got these hybrids, haven't you, that think they're human. So yeah, and I think it was going back to Alien Resurrection when they said that they stopped that line of androids because they caused people too much confusion, didn't they? And they were too human, and scarily too human, which scared other people, actual people. So yeah, when you play the game of Alien Isolation, that also touches on that, doesn't it? That the working Joes are designed purposely just to be unhuman looking machines, basically. So they've stowed away on this ship, and they've realised that it's aliens, and a couple of them are broken out, and they end up being lucky to survive. Newt and Hicks have got to fight their way out, basically, and they fight their way out into this ship, and they jettison, using the airlocks again, the aliens and stuff like that. But they manage to get the ship aboard this other ship, which is run by a guy called General Spears, which is here. So I always remember this from when I was younger. General Spears, he's wanting to get the Earth back. He's he's basically training aliens by using fire. So he's got the Queen because he knows the Queen controls the drones. So he's been using fire to let the Queen know that he can kill the drones really easy with fire. And the Queen so far has been playing up to him, and he believes he now controls an army of Xenos, and that's why they've got these numbers on their heads. I don't know if you can see the numbers. I will put some pictures up anyway as we go through the comic. I will display some of the art. So yeah, he uses them as like an army. So in this episode, Newt and Hicks realise that he's obviously a maniac, and they're trying now to fight their way off his ship because he believes he's going to take the Xenos back to Earth and command them, because he thinks the Queen is actually listening to him with his threats of fire. So in the last episode, he was loading up his cargo and he was getting ready to take them to Earth, back to Earth, and Hicks and Newt are trying to fight their way to stop him because they know it's suicide. Well, it's not a suicide mission, it's just he's not going to get anywhere. And also, as you can see from these pictures here, he gets all of his men to meet him in the airlock as if they're all going to Earth to fight together. But it's actually a big ruse because he wants to kill them all. So he wants to kill all his own men. And this just says their crew would only complicate matters. And that's a soldier saying he'll leave us behind. Stand clear of the engine, he's leaving us. Yeah. So there are times when a leader is forced to make difficult decisions for the sake of the mission. Yes, he murders all his men. Basically, he's gone absolutely mental. So there's some good pics there. The cargo is being locked up. There's Newt and Hicks in the cargo hold. They obviously haven't got enough firepower to kill all those Xenos in there. So that's his ship, and that's what they're on. So he actually welds himself into the control centre, the cockpit area, and Hicks and Newt can't get in there. So yeah, they're going mad. He's actually going mental, this General Spears. He just wants to, like I say, use them. And there he is in his in the cockpit, just biding his time. It's on autopilot to Earth. And in this episode, you see Newt having a final conversation with Butler, who's the android. He's actually in half at the moment, but he can't understand because he didn't know he was an android. She can't believe he's an android. And as you can see, there's an alien actually coming into the control room with him. So that's obviously the end of his character. So the alien obviously destroys him. Some good art here. There's the Gateway Station from the Aliens actual movie, which we see Ripley in, don't we? When she comes, when she gets collected from hypersleep, and that's where she goes. That she's Gateway Station. So actually, the last remaining humans in this part of this continuation of Aliens are actually living in space. So there's Newt and Hicks. They start communicating with Gateway, and they manage to commandeer a small escape pod, which they jump out of, jettison out of, before General Spears gets to Earth. So in next issue it says Spears attacks Earth. So we'll find out what happens when Spears actually reaches Earth in the next edition. Move on to the Predator. So once again, this goes back to the original Predator movie. So this is, as I've said before, I've explained this before, this is basically the story of Predator 2, this story, with some differences. The main difference is the character. In this, instead of the Harrigan character that's in Predator 2, which is a really cool character. I love Danny Glover to bits in that movie. He was brilliant. Played a good tough guy for the other roles he's played before. You know, I actually like Danny Glover. I think he's really good. I liked him in that movie. I think it was Shooter. Mark Wahlberg, I think, was good. But yeah, he plays his character of Harrigan. But in the comic books, it's a character. It's obviously the surname of Dutch, which is Schaefer, and Schaefer is a New York cop who's Dutch's older brother, and he's a homicide cop in New York. And it starts off the same, except differences. There's no fight with the police at the beginning. It's just the Predator attacking the gang in that building, that type of building, and that's when they find the flayed bodies and stuff like that. And in one of the episodes, you see the subway scene, the subway attack, similar thing. Predator attacks the subway. So, in this part of the comics, Schaefer has actually gone back to Latin America, of where Dutch was, to find out what actually happened to his brother, to find out what was happening, because Schaefer's already once faced off against the Predator and killed him, but he's still being hunted. So he's managed to get hold of a biomask, which is in the hands of his partner Rausch now, Rausch. And they can now see the Predators through that mask, so they kind of know what's happening, but he still needs answers. But he's been captured by rebels, and as you can see in the camp, the Predator, or Predators, have now come and followed him. So it's in the jungle again in Predator 2 in the comics, but it's called Concrete Jungle, as I say, so it's a different title. And there you can see the Predator is attacking the camp. There's a Predator attacking the camp, and there he is, look, see. So art in these guys is brilliant. As I said, I will put some bits and bobs up on the screen for you guys to see the art. It's not that great to see it on this, but yeah, so the Predator attacks the camp. Now that, guys, is art, isn't it? The Predator standing over a smouldering body there. Look at that, brilliant art. And there's Schaefer fighting with the head of the Melagine, by the looks of it. Medellins. We're seeking a new liaison. Yeah. So there you go. Now in this one, as I say, with all the action, the Gary Busey type character isn't in this one, but the character playing him, his sort of role, is the original general from Predator. So do you remember the general at the beginning that Schwarzenegger talks to? That's him there. And in the movie, he's obviously played by R.G. Armstrong, isn't he? Great old actor, isn't he? So there you go. So he rescues him. His partner, obviously, has been captured by the Secret Service agents, and as you can see there, he's got the actual bio mask. That's his partner Rausch. And as I say, and the difference in this book is the partner in the movie was Danny, wasn't it? And he gets killed up in the penthouse, doesn't he? Whereas in these comics, that is where Schaefer first comes across the Predator and they have a fight, and it throws him through out the window, and that's how he gets a bio mask. So there you go. I really liked in these old comics, guys, the graphics on the firearms. They were really good, like, done well in comics. And they, yeah, have good art all round. There you go. So there's Schaefer. He has a fight with a general. And look at that art there, guys. That 80s muscular look. And he's got an SA-80 there, guys. Look. And an old school handgun there, military style. Brilliant. Love the art in these. It's fantastic. And so next issue, the war begins. So what happens in the next issue? Let's wait till we get to that one. So So now we move into the AVP territory, and this is where the race called the aliens are the most deadly natural predators in the known universe. They're incredibly vicious and virtually unstoppable. The only sure defence against them is to be on a different planet. The race called the Predators may have less fear, some natural assets, but they make up for it with sophisticated weaponry, intelligence and hunting skills. They may be the universe's most formidable hunters. Now they're after the toughest prey of all, the aliens. The human farming colony on Raishi have no worse problems than dissatisfaction over the price of meat. What they don't know is that the aliens have just landed and the predators won't be far behind, their latest most challenging prey. The humans are set to be right in the middle of the most fearsome conflict of all time. So how cool is that, guys? So this moved into colour now, because the last episode of this was black and white. So it's moved into colour, and it's Ranchers on a Planet, and it's called Ryushi. So there you go. So the story of this one is Randy Stradley, Phil Norwood on the pencils, and inks was Carl's story. So there you go. So again, some good art, guys. Now on this one, they're infecting what's called the rhinoff. So you can see the eggs and the rhinoff are what get infected, and they get ill, and the ranchers can't work out why they're ill. And this character, Michiko Noguchi, she's like the head of the Prosperity Worlds, like the CEO, and she is the one who, as I've said before, is basically like the AVP style. She ends up fighting alongside the alien. But the difference with the AVP Prey story, which is this one, is she actually ends up going off in the end and becoming part of the clan. So there's the Predators, they're flying to Earth, to Raishi, sorry, not to Earth. They're on the way. So it's basically an LV-426 style colony for this stuff, guys. And this is again a similar story. They start finding these things next to the bodies of the rhinoff, which is what we all know to be face huggers. And he keeps that from the head of the business to just say, like, look, you know, they're sick, but we want to sell these. We've got to sell this. We've got to make a killing on this, because we on the herd, because they're ranchers. So what then tends to happen is they then let them into the quarantine area, which is of the planet, and before you know it, bang, out comes the xenomorphs, and they're infesting this entire base, which is based on a colony, which I think is, like I say, I've said it in the last, and I'll say it again, it's a better idea, because it keeps it away from Earth, it keeps Earth out of it, and with the original follow-on from the Aliens comics, you can see what happens once they get to Earth. So that's it, the Predators have arrived, and just like in AVP, they kill that first guy. I don't know if you remember when they arrive, they kill the first group of people, don't they, when they arrive, before they go into the actual hunt itself. So there you go. So that is how the Predator gets injured. He gets actually smashed over by accident by the by one of these like sky bike things. And they even do the markings in this, the AVP markings on the head with the acid, which is cool. And that's them celebrating that they got that guy on the sky bike, and the hunt is beginning. So yeah, that's the guy making it back to the Prosperity Wells but he's unconscious at the moment, so he's not able to tell him what's going on. So there you have it, guys. So there you go, they've just gone into a loading bay on that big ship, and straight away, there you go, there's already a queen been spawned, and all of the aliens are spawning. So next issue, the hunt begins. So that is episode 5, guys, of these comics, as we've already gone through the others so far. So I used to be able to do, like years ago, they used to have adverts like this, which I used to really like, because comics was massive when I was a kid, that you could actually, please rocket me the next 6th issue of Alien, I enclose £9. You could just send an envelope with the money in it, with one of these little coupons to the Trident Comics. Look, checks. Remember checks, guys? Checks made payable. So that's how old these, these are now. 1991. I used to love these models. Now these are worth a fortune now if you can get your hands on these original sort of Airfix Aliens models. And I'm gutted because I actually had the APC, and I had an actual Alien as well, which was an actual Airfix model. Like now I've got lots of models, like the lots of the different types of model, but they weren't like these Airfix ones. The Airfix ones you had to glue them, paint them yourself, and they were really good. And I did like cool camouflage when I was younger on the APC, but as you say, as you get older you just lose these things, don't you? So there you go. But I've got the Eagle Moss Aliens figures, and I've done a few reviews of those on here, so check them out, guys. Those really are good. I'll put them in the description, actually, the Eagle Moss figure reviews. And this was a little letter page, as I said once they started doing this. As you've got as this comic went on, and people used to write in, like here's one here: "Dear sirs, at 26 years old, I thought my comic buying days were all very past me. I was very, very wrong. Aliens issue 1 to 4 were all excellent, and I had to drop you a line to say so." And that's it, and there's an actually address there as well. Brilliant. But yeah, they were fantastic comics back in the day. And there they are. So that's the graphic novels you can actually buy, because you can buy these in book form. So there's book 1, book 2, and 6 large and A4 black and white plates, quality paper. Yeah, and you could order them from the back here. Look, you cut this out, send it to Trident Comics Lentled, and it gives you the address, which was there. Don't know if that's still there anymore. I don't know what that is now. But yeah, you could buy the graphic novels. $14.50 for book 1. That would have been quite a lot of money back in 1991. $14.50. That would have been really expensive, because I remember these, like I say, these comics were just very, very expensive when I was young. So like being monthly, it wasn't too bad, because your parents could buy them for you, being monthly. But definitely couldn't do a weekly thing, because that would have been too much. $1.50 back then was considered a lot of money, God, if you had a £5, you go a long way with a £5. 1991. So yeah, so that's the end of this review, guys, for the Aliens Trident Comics issue number 5, 1991, of £1.50. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review. Please check out my other reviews, and as I said, I'll put the links to the others in the description. Thanks for watching. Take care now. Remember, stay frosty.